Hey, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Guys, can y'all tell what
look.
state we're cooking in tonight? We won't even say. We're not even going to say the word of where we're at. If somebody says Georgia, and they think that's a Georgia Bulldog helmet, I'm going to be so upset right now.
Why? Are they green and yellow?
No, they have a G on their
G?
helmet. Yeah, so we're not in Georgia. We're not Georgia Bulldogs. We're cooking, hold on. We're cooking with some cheese. Some cheese. There's 2 hints. That we can't give any more hints than that. Are you reading the book today?
I'm reading the book today.
Woo, I like it. Guys, let's talk about football real quick, can we?
Yep.
Let's talk about football. So I don't know how many of y'all know this. I'll try to make this really, really quick.
We just got back
First
from
of all,
our
man,
trip,
we were both
and
sick. We're both sick when we just got home from our
Imagine that.
vacation.
Yeah.
Thank God we weren't sick on the vacation.
Yeah.
It must have been that elevation change stuff.
Maybe
he's going
so,
through.
yeah.
Anyway, let's get down to business. So guys, I used to be the absolute biggest football fan probably in the whole wide world. Me and my brother Lester, we played fantasy football back before fantasy football stats were kept online. We used to do it when you had to read the newspaper and get your players' stats and add them up. We were just football fanatics growing up. I had high school scholarships to play football. We won't talk about what happened with those and what I did there.
It had nothing to do with me.
No, it did not have anything to do with her. Anyway, to make a long story short, my dad was a Cowboys fan. My brother was a Steelers fan. And I was an Oilers fan, Houston Oilers. And my gosh, the Oilers I was a little bitty, like I was tiny. And the Oilers just weren't very good back then. And they got beat up on by the Steelers. They got beat up on by the Cowboys. My dad and my brother would make fun of me until I would cry. So one day,
from what I understand, he cried about everything.
I had a little soft spot. I had a little soft spot when I was younger.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, I said, you know what? Shoot on these Oilers. I'm picking somebody else. I'm going to find me a new team. And back then, we didn't have cable TV, the satellite, and all that stuff. You watch the games that were on. Every time I seen these guys play, almost every time I ever seen them play, it was snowing. It was Lambeau Field. It was just something crazy. So I started liking these guys before, I promise you, they were not very good. About 3 years before Brett Favre came on the scene. We all know what happened when Brett Favre came on the scene, and then Aaron Rodgers came on the scene, and we know where they're at now. And me and Lester, we had season tickets to the Texans early on. I got to see Brett Favre play in person. I got to see Aaron Rodgers play in person. 2 of my biggest football heroes of all time. So that brings us to our question of the day for the family. Because my family's a big football family. Mm-hmm. Who is your favorite quarterback? Is Larry going to be here tonight? I don't want to even hear his.
Larry's out of town tonight.
Okay, whew, I don't even want to listen to that kid. Who is your favorite quarterback and why? And then, who's your overall favorite player ever in the NFL and why? Now, that's what we're going to ask the family. I hope you guys at some point watch football. Let me finish this up real quick. Our introduction. I don't watch football anymore. I made a conscious choice. I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. I was still playing fantasy. I was still doing everything. When they started that kneeling during the national anthem and all that other stuff that took away from the game that we all love so much, started getting political with it, I boycotted football, and I've not gone back to it. The only professional sports that I actually watch now will be a baseball game from time to time. And I think, the NFL's learned their lesson. They don't do that anymore. That's BS. They still do it. They just don't show it on TV anymore because their ratings plummeted so low. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. Because, man, with the world we live in, with politics and everything else we got going on, we wanted to watch our football just to watch our football and escape from the rest of the world. And they didn't let us do that. And I'm still pissed at them, to be honest with you. It makes me mad because I really love that game. But last thing, I'll stop. I've got so much more free time on my hands. I get so much more done. I don't sit all day Sunday. I don't sit Monday night. I don't sit Thursday night. And I got a lot of time on my hands.
Ever.
Now, in case you haven't guessed yet, we're cooking in Wisconsin.
All right. Since Daniel's off his little rant about football,
Yeah, I feel good, man.
I thought he was going to go start preaching to us.
I got so much off my chest just now.
I'm fixing to have to cut
I feel
him
like
off.
I needed that.
Okay, eating in Wisconsin. There's a good reason why Wisconsin is called America's Dairyland. Cows here produce an average of 2.6 billion pounds of milk per month. Some of that milk goes into cartons for pouring into glasses and over bowls of cereal, but lots of it will get made into Wisconsin's favorite food, cheese. Are you making faces?
Where's my
Lauren?
cheese head? Where's my cheese head? Jacob has it.
I bet he does, yeah. Swiss immigrants brought cheese making to Wisconsin in the 1800s using copper kettles to turn milk into something that could last for weeks, months, or even years. Today, Wisconsin makes more cheese than any other state, more than 3 billion pounds each year.
That's why they're the cheese heads.
The hundreds of varieties, including strong-smelling Limburger, creamy mozzarella, salty feta cheese. Now,
You should have known that.
I know, and crumbly Mexican cotija, I don't know. Wisconsinites top their burgers with cheese. What?
Wisconsinites. I didn't
But
know
here
that.
in Dairyland, they slather butter on top too for a treat called the butter burger.
Mm-hmm.
They brush bratwurst with butter. They brush bratwurst with melted butter. Some dairies make cheese-filled sausage called cheddarwurst. Try them at the state fair.
I almost bought cheddarwurst today.
At bitter cold Green Bay Packers football games, you'll see lots of fans known as cheeseheads, proudly wearing orange hats that look like giant wedges of Wisconsin cheese.
They're orange?
They're
That's
yellow, a bright yellow. Daniel actually does have one of those, and you used to have a baseball cap.
You said
shape.
baseball had
Yeah.
cheese
I wonder
too.
if those got in the flood, maybe.
Oh, you know what? They may have.
Possibly, yeah.
Guys, let me say real quick too, and this is a known fact. No matter what state you live in, it's a known fact. Green Bay Packers fans travel with their team more than any other team in the history of the game. And it don't matter what stadium you go to, if the Packers are playing there, they are Packers fans that have traveled from Green Bay to that game. And y'all travel amazing. It's awesome what y'all do for your teams.
I'm going to read this in 1 second, but today our recipe in the book is actually stovetop macaroni and cheese. So that's
Lou wouldn't let me get it out of the box of Kraft because the Kraft guy owns the Patriots. So she wouldn't let me cook Kraft macaroni and cheese. We have to. No, I'm joking. That's not. He does own Kraft macaroni and cheese.
So that's what we're making.
Okay.
But here's some little facts about Wisconsin. Sausages. We're actually making sausage. German and Polish immigrants brought sausage, including bratwurst and kielbasa, to Wisconsin. They like cheese curds. These squeak when you eat them. I bet, because we have a little fast food place here called Culver's, and they sell these cheese curds, and they are so good, and they are real chewy though.
What about cheese balls? I love cheese balls.
That's not considered. No, that's not the same.
Oh, okay.
No.
Cheese balls are good if you don't.
Booyah stew. Booyah. I remember
Booyah.
we used to say that when we were booyah.
Yeah.
At community events, giant booyah stews are cooked in iron skillets that can hold more than 50 gallons. People yell booyah when the stew is ready to eat.
Booyah! That's where that came from. I didn't know that.
Cranberries. Wisconsin farmers grow more than half of America's cranberries in giant wetlands called bogs. Frozen custard. Wisconsin's frozen custard is richer and thicker than ice cream. And Madison Farmers Market, the Dane County Farmers Market, next to the state capitol building in Madison, is one of the most famous in the whole country.
And why'd you leave off fried fish?
Oh.
Why'd you leave off fried fish? Because the Great Lakes are some of the best fishing around.
The Friday night fish fry is a beloved Wisconsin tradition. Fresh fish caught in the Great Lakes, like perch or walleye, are usually on the menu.
You know, Texas and Green Bay could be a lot alike if we could just substitute the cheese curds for cheese balls. Because we like our sausage, we like our fish, we like our ice cream.
When he's saying cheese balls, he means like the little, like they're Cheetos, but they're shaped like a ball. Sort of like that. It's
Yeah,
considered
Cheeto
a
ball.
chip. You eat it with we eat them with our sandwiches.
Everybody knows what cheese balls are, don't you?
Just in case they don't.
Everybody has cheese balls, right?
I'm explaining it just in case they don't.
If you don't have cheese balls, you better order you some on Amazon or something.
They come in like these big barrels.
Yeah, they are awesome. Okay, guys, let's get ready to get on with this macaroni and cheese. We're going to get our sausage ready to go in the oven first. It's going to take longer to cook. So, guys, there's a couple of things.
You don't need this anymore, right?
About me.
Huh?
Huh?
You don't need this book anymore, right?
I don't, you got the recipe somewhere. Guys, there's a couple of things about me that y'all should know. And it's about, we've already talked and we've already cooked macaroni and cheese on this show at one point, not this style, this kind. But I am a master of macaroni and cheese. What?
Nothing.
Who always cooks macaroni and cheese here?
You do because you're the master.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a couple of pet peeves that I have about macaroni and cheese. Number one is cooking the noodles the right way. And one thing I've learned through the years, this sausage is weird. One thing I've learned through the years is that how much water you use matters.
No, it doesn't.
One more face. Make a one more. Make a one more.
And what are you gonna do?
How much water you use matters. If it didn't matter, why would the directions on the package of noodles tell you how many things of water to use? And here's the biggest thing. Test me if you think I'm lying.
Can you let me do this?
Don't cut yourself. Test me if you think I'm lying. Time your noodles. Time your noodles like the directions say. Let this water come to a raging boil first. I cannot stand it when somebody puts the water on there and throws the noodles in there and it all come to a boil together. That's not what the directions say.
He wants to follow directions only at his convenience, not on others.
No, I kind of know what's good for
They wouldn't make directions if you wasn't supposed to follow them.
Oh, my arm. Okay. Oh, I got this hand. I got this hand. Anyway, guys, we got that oven set on 400. I intend to do that on the grill. We're just gonna let that get hot. It's already all cooked. We're gonna let this water come to a raging boil before we put our noodles in there. We're gonna time them 8 minutes and we're gonna taste one. And as soon as we do that, we're gonna take them out of that bowl, put them in a strainer. We're gonna get the sauce going immediately.
It all goes back. The noodles go back in the pot, and you throw it all in there together.
The sauce is made first.
Nope.
And then the noodles go back in the pot. Follow the directions. Follow the directions. Watch. She's gonna admit that I'm right. She's gonna admit that I'm right. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Read it.
Nope. It doesn't say that.
Yeah, baby, yes, it does.
Okay. Bring a medium pot of water to a boil over high heat. Add the salt to the water. Cook the macaroni until al dente. Return the pot to medium heat and add sour cream and butter. Stir quickly until the butter is melted. Then stir in the mustard following the cheese. Continue stirring quickly until the cheese is melted and a smooth creamy sauce forms. About 2 minutes. Season with salt and pinch of cayenne if desired. Add the macaroni and stir.
Here we go.
That's dumb.
Sometimes
That's not how you make macaroni out of the box.
Read the directions, girl. Read the directions. Okay, guys. We got our spoon over. Well, we had our spoon over our macaroni.
Sorry.
All right, let's have one macaroni.
It's hot.
One.
You gotta let it cool for a
Blow
second.
it for me. Blow it for me. Put your blowy germs all over it for me. All right, let me see it.
It's hot.
Okay.
All right.
That'll work. Don't you burn yourself, girl. She was fixing to try to mess up my macaroni and cheese.
It wouldn't have hurt
I gotta
it.
stay on her because I like to make macaroni and cheese by the book.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There's one dish you make by the book, it's mac and cheese, baby.
I forgot.
Please don't tell me you put water on top of them noodles.
No.
Oh,
It's running in
thank
the
God.
cup.
Never rinse off the noodles, guys. Never.
Oh my God. Just
All right, we got some cheese sauce going. If it's too thick, I got some milk.
yeah. Let it melt some. We'll see how it goes.
Proud of you, baby.
Ugh.
Proud of
I
you,
just won't eat it.
sweetie. All right, guys, our sausage is ready, I think. We just got to get it out. Yeah, it's ready. It's exploding in there. It's good, what we want it to do. Our mac and cheese is looking awesome.
Good.
Very creamy.
Forgot to wash it.
Sorry, can you just get that other pan out? All right, give me a thing I can do it.
I got it right here.
And then everybody should be here very shortly this time. We used to actually cut up sausage and put inside of our macaroni and cheese, what we used to do. So
when you said that earlier, I thought that's what we were gonna do.
yeah. Do it like this here. And then
Do you want to cut this up?
Yeah, I can. All right, guys, everybody should be here shortly.
So, our poor sweet little Brie will only eat sausage in her macaroni. So, Daddy is making her a bowl of macaroni with cut up sausage.
It's about time somebody took care of me.
Little brat is what you are.
Carter.
I love you.
Carter.
Papa's
Hey, Carter.
talking to you.
Come here. Why did you have to call your daddy the other day? Stop right here. Why did you have to call your daddy instead of your mama?
Because I didn't want daddy.
Why did you want daddy?
Because every time mommy sees a spider, she calls daddy.
Anytime mama sees a spider, she calls daddy. So when you seen a spider, you just called your daddy. You didn't even worry about calling your mama.
Yeah.
You're so smart. You are the smartest little kid maybe I've ever met.
Because we would have just had to close your bedroom door and not go back in there.
Dad's not feeling well, guys. He's been a little under the weather too. Look, come make your plates. I don't want the macaroni to get cold. So, let's pray real quick. Where's Steph? Where's Steph at? And Bud.
Buddy, you're not here yet.
Okay. Levi, pull your shorts up.
I love you, Miss Kitty.
All right, we're going to pray real quick. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day you've given us. Thank you for all that you've done for us. Please bless us through the nursing of our bodies, Lord. This whole family's, I think, got some crud. Just take care of us, Lord. Heal us of it. Take it out of our households, Lord. In the name of Jesus, we ask and pray. Amen.
Amen.
There you go.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I went to the doctor today.
Did y'all talk about how macaroni and cheese with Eckrich sausage was a staple dinner for
It's
us?
staple dinner in our household. Yeah. Oh, yeah, today's Kim's birthday, and we got a little dessert, too, for her. Yeah, we can sing a little happy birthday.
Say it's some kind of favorite corner character.
I saw it. I
There's
was
a
like,
hippo in front of the cake.
A hippo?
Yeah, she says happy birthday in the picture of a hippo in front of the cake.
the ones on that side by the fridge.
All right, Bree, what's up?
Did you try to trick me?
About?
You cut up jalapeno sausage for my macaroni and cheese?
You don't like jalapeno sausage?
I do. I love jalapeno sausage.
Is it too hot for you, sweetie?
I haven't tried it yet. I just saw the chunks of jalapeno before I happened to take a bite.
Well, don't be a sissy.
By your luck, I like spicy things, but I feel like you did that to get at me.
No, I didn't do it. Yeah, I know you. You're my daughter, for Pete's sakes.
Okay. Remember one time you couldn't even remember when my birthday was.
Okay, guys, so tonight's theme, before everybody got here, me and Lou had our Green Bay Packer blanket hanging up behind us since it was Wisconsin, and we went through the whole spiel about how we used to be football fans until the whole thing, and just all that kind of stuff. So we kind of going to keep this football themed. The question for tonight, we're going to come back to how y'all like the macaroni and cheese.
Her shirt's football thing.
Oh, yeah. Texans.
Oh,
Just
okay.
shouting stuff on pics.
The question is this. Who is your favorite quarterback of all time and why? And then who is your favorite football player of all time and why? It may be the same person. It may be the same reason. It may be, well, this is my best quarterback, but this is my favorite player of all time. So, Bree, you got Laramie's answer? Mm-hmm. Yes? Mom, do you think you know Dad's? I think I probably do.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll answer that in a minute. So real quick, macaroni and cheese, a little bit different for me. I thought it was a little different. It was not bad, but I think I've had better myself, honestly.
It was good, but I could taste the sour cream.
You could taste the sour cream in it.
I didn't mind the sour cream taste. I thought it was,
Too sharp of the cheddar.
it's kind of bland.
Thank you for looking at her like that, Steph. You don't know what you're talking about. What do you think, Steph?
I loved it. Go
You loved it?
Keep it up. From the hippo picture to some kind of look you just gave me.
Oh, Lord.
capybara.
Oh, Laura, did you eat the macaroni and cheese? Did you have the sausage? Did you like it?
Sausage was awesome.
Bud,
Was it
what'd you
from
think?
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
So
we had-
good.
we
Mac and cheese
made
was
that
delicious.
today.
Spicy sausage was amazing. Loved it.
Okay.
I loved it.
You loved it? Bree, did you like the mac and cheese and sausage?
I loved it.
Better mac and cheese like the normal or like our regular
I
style?
thought that the taste was great, but the homemade cheese sauce had a little bit of a texture difference from what you would pour out of a bag, like a
Yeah.
boxed mac and cheese. But I thought it tasted good.
Guys, I've told y'all this once, I'll tell you again. I can take regular Kraft macaroni and cheese with the packets, with the powdered packets, and make the best macaroni and cheese you ever put in your mouth.
Yeah, I can
ever.
tell you how to do it too, because you preached it at me.
Follow
Follow
the
the directions on the box.
Exactly. That's what you do.
Could or not.
Kim, you're going to answer the question the way the question is directed at you.
I'm going to answer the question in my way of interpreting it.
There's no way to interpret it. Who's your favorite quarterback, Kim?
Really, baby?
Who's your favorite quarterback of all
I
time?
don't have a favorite quarterback.
Who's your
Why would you
favorite
make
football?
me have a favorite
Who's your
quarterback?
favorite football player of all time?
Always loved
Do you have a
Tony
favorite
Romo.
football player?
Yeah, you love Tony Romo.
This is where I'm telling her who she likes. Go, baby.
Why can't I just have? I loved the Oilers.
You know what?
back in
You
the
can
80s.
you can bring the question next week.
You know what?
But
At
this
this
week-
point, you answer the question however you see fit, so we can move to the next person.
Who's your favorite quarterback? I like the Oilers back in the 80s.
That's what I like.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon.
Any of them back then. It was fun to watch the Oilers coming home from away games. Remember that on TV? It was just awesome.
Yeah, they always lost, so that's why I stopped
I
liking them.
never liked the Oilers
Kenny-
because they all got in so much trouble.
Kenny
They were
Stabler.
constantly on the news.
There's a quarterback for you.
That's Texas.
Okay, Kenny Stabler. Now, who's your favorite player of all time?
Emmett Smith.
About Kenny Stabler.
Emmett Smith. Okay, good.
He was a quarterback of the Oilers.
Well, that's what we're having.
She don't know anything about him. She is just her favorite. All right,
What did
Steph.
they call him?
Okay, thank you, son.
Okay,
Wait, hold on. Kill's got to answer one more trivia question.
No, I can't remember what they might have called him in the 80s.
What do they call him, G?
The snake.
Snake.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
the snake.
All right, Steph. Favorite quarterback.
Probably our current Texans quarterback, CJ Stroud, would be my favorite.
And the reason?
He's just really,
First time Texans ever had a good quarterback.
well, yeah, but I mean, he's just really good right out of the gate. I just like the fact that he's centered on God. He thanks God
That's
first.
awesome. Yeah, for
And
sure.
everything he does, that's before anyone says anything in press releases or interviews. He's always given glory to God first, and I
Amen.
think that's like really.
I think he's kind of put some reporters in their place with that too, hasn't he?
Yeah,
In the past?
he
Yeah,
has.
that's
and I think
awesome.
he's brought a good vibe to the team. Like everyone he's been a good leader with that, and so I really like that. And I just like that he's right out the gate been an amazing quarterback.
Well, that's really good compared to the last one they had like to be diddled. So,
True,
Yes.
true,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Massages. The massage.
what are you laughing at, Bree?
just the things that y'all have the guts to say on your videos blow my mind.
And then what was the other?
Favorite overall player of all time, and it could be the same person. It doesn't have to change.
I think Andre Johnson probably.
Oh, Andre Johnson.
Yeah,
you
he's
could
done a
love.
lot.
Famer.
Yeah,
So,
and JJ Watt.
Did you watch football before the Texans much? Because it sounds like you're pretty centered around the Texans, which is fine.
I've watched the Texans since their beginning, but I mean I was probably more baseball before the Texans came
okay.
around. But then once the Texans were here, I was more. But I will say, Jim Harbaugh was my favorite coach.
We didn't talk about coaches,
I
Steph.
don't
Good
care.
coaches,
I
yeah.
love him.
We didn't even bring that up.
He was my favorite since the
Say
49ers.
something to her.
Is there? You have some kind of fetish for Harbaugh?
Yeah, she does.
I had one for Dan Campbell until I saw
Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
That's the Detroit Lions quarterback.
Until I
Oh,
saw
okay.
his mouth
like
say,
this, brother.
"Stupid."
Oh,
I go, no more crush on this guy. You could see it plain as day.
wow. Alora, favorite football player or quarterback?
Travis Kelce's her favorite football.
Why do you gotta get so quiet? Why can't you say that
Why
loud?
is he your favorite?
You have a
I
crush?
bet I know
You have a
why.
crush?
Because it's Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
All right, bud, bring us back to reality here where we're not having man
She
crushes.
didn't say her quarterback.
Oh,
gonna say it.
You're not gonna
You
say
say it.
Patrick.
Patrick Mahomes.
Why? I'm just
This
kidding.
is Travis Kelsey's quarterback.
Because he has curly hair.
Okay, so my favorite overall player to watch ever was J.J. Watt. I loved watching J.J. Watt. He was my favorite player to watch on the field. I mean, it didn't matter if he was left side, right side, tight end. Like, he was just super fun to watch. My favorite quarterback for the exact same reason is probably Michael Vick. Now,
He's a
not the dog
Golly,
fighting.
boy, bud, you brought back some old memories here.
Not the dog fighting.
Not the
part.
dog fighter one. The
But
other one.
Just watching Michael Vick on the field was like it was like a different human being.
You didn't live in the era while you was alive. You don't remember them probably watching. He's an announcer now. Played for the Cowboys. Fastest man that ever played the game, I believe. Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, yeah.
Another one that was exciting to
the
watch.
quarterback, and I
Because
loved him, but he was in so much trouble, and I think he finally got fired. Remember, he would go to the sideline and get the popcorn. He'd have
back in the
He
day,
was a coach.
No, he was a player. I think he wasn't a quarterback, though, I don't think.
I don't know. Don't ring the bell.
Not the sidelines, under the field goal thing. He was running the side. He always had some popcorn. They was like, "Get your popcorn."
You
gosh,
talking
who was
T.O.
that?
Terrell Owens.
Yes, Terrell Owens.
Oh, Terrell
He
Owens,
was
yeah.
awesome back then.
He had markers in his socks and he'd sign footballs and throw them up
You
in
know,
the.
T.O. has been like in the last couple of years trying to get back into the NFL.
Still?
Yeah.
So old.
Golly, what is he, 60? All right, G. Let's hear it.
My favorite quarterback of all time is Kenny Stabler.
Kenny Stabler.
Kenny Stabler
Not
and
Big Ben Roethlisberger.
no, I love Big Ben, but Kenny Stabler, he could when he ran with the ball, he was in and out, and I loved how they called him the snake. And then also he was so big and everybody loved him, but he was like a bad boy on the weekends.
Yeah.
But they made that drink. It was called Venom for Kenny. Yeah, made snake venom.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was all so much hype around him. It was,
Yeah.
you had to
Who'd he-
like him.
And he was an older
Yeah.
quarterback? Who was the other quarterback that was the big partier back in the days? Oh, man, no.
Joe Namath.
Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. And I knew a guy that played with Joe Namath, and I'm not being dirty. I'm not trying to be dirty at all. Yay. But he was a teammate with Joe Namath, and he was a professional engineer. We worked with him later, about 20 years ago I worked with him. But he said when he played, and he only played 5 or 6 years, when you went out, you hung on that man's shoulder because any girl that he didn't want to take was going, they would get all of his leftovers, basically. The one he didn't want to pick went home with all the other guys. So they like, you was with him everywhere y'all went.
Wow.
Isn't that funny? Because today we would not think Joe Namath is that good looking, but back then women thought he was gorgeous.
Well, he had that little chin and a
Well,
long
when you're a
hair.
professional football player, it ain't all about being good looking,
Yeah.
is it? No.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
maybe
sure.
he's not.
And you're the most popular
about that child
football
support.
player, too, back in his day.
And
But,
how his legs looked in
That
pantyhose.
girl.
oh, Lord.
And his booty.
All right, Lou.
I think Joe Namath was probably one of the first higher paid NFL players. Like, I think for a long time until Joe Namath, they weren't cutting like huge.
No, they
paychecks.
weren't. No, for sure. All right, baby girl.
All right. It don't really, not because he was a great football player. He was a good football player, but David Carr. Only because when Jake was little and y'all had season tickets and that was Jake's.
That picture with David
Yeah.
Carr.
And
Many a
he
pictures
took
with David
the
Carr.
time to come and
Many a
talk to
pictures.
Jacob all the time and took so
Yeah.
many pictures with them, and he was cute. He could have been Jake's daddy.
I have a picture.
Wait, what did you just say?
Jake looked just like him.
Holy schmoly.
The same big blue eyes.
Yeah, I have that picture of
Crystal
Jake
blue
sitting
eyes,
on his
yeah.
shoulders, and they're both looking up, and both of their eyes are just.
I may have to go get some testing done on old Jake. All right, anybody else favorite player? That was your favorite quarterback,
That's
favorite
all.
player? I'm
Oh,
disappointed
yeah.
my mom and my sister, neither one of them mentioned me as being their favorite player of all time. But that's okay.
My favorite.
I don't think I said NFL. Maybe I did. I'm just playing.
My favorite player of all time would be Witten.
Yeah, Jason.
Oh, Jason Witten, boy,
because
yeah.
he was always
He was Travis
He
Kelce
never
before
missed.
Travis Kelce was cool.
he was steady. Always could count on him. If everybody was covered. Yeah, Jason.
I'm gonna blow
Witten.
y'all's
Then
mind.
they're talking
choices.
about him coming back as a coach of some sort. He coaches his son's high
Coach,
school.
maybe.
All right, Bree, do you want to answer for yourself or do you want to answer for Laramie first?
Laramie's favorite quarterback is Tom Brady.
Okay.
If Laramie could choose Tom Brady for his favorite quarterback and favorite football player,
And his wife?
yeah,
and his wife.
his partner,
Partner?
yeah, he would. But I made him choose a different one, and he said Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. Nice, yeah.
I
Receiver.
asked him why, and his reason is very, very simple. Winners freaking win. That's it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna contradict Laramie with both my picks. Bree, who are yours?
I don't keep up with football at all.
Okay.
So I don't have a favorite based
neither.
on
That's why
playing.
David
I
Carr
have.
was mine.
I know he was one of mine too. I was gonna say there's nostalgia, I guess, linked to Brett Favre and David Carr for me because those are
Exactly,
the
yeah.
the ones I remember when y'all did watch football,
Yeah.
and because we had a ferret named after Brett Favre.
We did have a ferret
we
named
did.
Favre. We sure did.
Yes. That's where your daddy got the name Poo Poo Head.
It sure
All right,
is.
there's another video, another time. Goodness gracious alive.
He said,
All right,
he said,
I want to speak, Mom. You tell me if I'm right. I'm gonna try to name dads. You tell me if I'm right. Either Terry Bradshaw
Terry Bradshaw would be.
or who was the Dallas quarterback?
Just question.
Roger Staubach.
Roger Staubach.
Dad would have Dad, I'm sure Dad would have said Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
Dad still loves him.
For both.
For quarterback.
Probably for just all time.
You used to tell me all the time to make my Mean Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green.
Just
I was gonna say Mean Joe Green.
Just him as a person.
Oh, Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to like him.
Yeah.
I post my football pictures. Make your Mean Joe Green face.
No Brett
Yeah.
Favre. Nobody picked him.
All right.
Well,
Okay, so my favorite quarterback of all time is going to be Brett Favre, no matter what, hands down. Just and the reason why, he was just a gunslinger. It didn't matter if they were losing by 20. He was going to throw bombs and just
Hail Marys.
Hail Marys. People were going to catch him. He was
Marys and threw 100-mile-an-hour football.
well, and this is people always say, well, you can't say he's the greatest quarterback because he threw more interceptions than anybody else. You know what? The man was trying. He was always trying to make something
He never
happen.
gave up.
No matter, he never gave up. He played like a kid, he played the game like a kid. He loved the game. I've watched Peyton Manning. He's a great quarterback. I've watched whoever Laramie said, Brady. They're great quarterbacks, but it's a job to them. It's business to those guys. And Brett Favre played like a child, and Aaron Rodgers played like a child right behind Brett Favre, and that's why I like those two guys so much. Favorite player of all time besides quarterback, and it was a rival of Brett Favre's forever. Brett Favre threw his 500th touchdown pass to this guy. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Moss.
Randy Moss.
Yeah.
And I've never seen, Calvin Johnson was a great receiver.
Yeah.
Randy Moss had the best hands of anybody I've ever seen play this game. Double, triple, quadruple coverage, it didn't matter. He caught the football. A true story, he could run down the field watching the big screen and not have to look back for the ball until the last minute. And he talked about it all the time. And that's amazing when you have that kind of talent to do that. But if y'all have never watched any of these guys, because I know a lot of you guys may be older and didn't watch a lot of football, go to YouTube and watch highlights just from some of these names that you've heard today, and you're going to see some amazing stuff for
Or
sure.
just listen to Randy Moss talk.
Oh, yeah, he's country, man.
He'll just be like, hey, bro, I'll tell you what. My name's Randy Moss, and there's a reason why they call it mossing someone. You go over your head like that.
He is country asking me. That's another thing I like about him so much. And that's one reason I like Brett Favre, too, because he talks about mowing his yard and stuff like that. He's just down to earth, And yeah, I love that kind of stuff about
Tom
these
Brady
guys.
threw touchdowns to Randy Moss, too, which is interesting.
Yeah,
He sure did. He got the Patriots picked him up towards the end of his career.
yeah. No, that's awesome stuff. Hold on. They just told me that Levi's eating food that we cooked here.
It's only regular. It's not spicy.
Are you eating that sausage?
yes.
Boy, I'm so proud. Are you sick?
No.
I am so
Tell him
proud
you've
of
been
you,
eating that
Levi.
spicy sausage. You just got
Wow.
picked up.
You got a drink, buddy. You may need some
Oh
more
yeah.
drink.
Oh, don't. Why do you? He just asked me to get him more, and I forgot.
Oh, better give him some drink. Carter, what are you doing? Glad you're wearing your glasses, girl. Proud of you.
She told me I looked like a big old cotton ball the other day.
Cotton ball.
Yeah, because I was fuzzy. She couldn't see me good.
That's what I think about.
Carter changed glasses on me. Hey, those ain't your glasses. Those are not yours.
Yeah.
Can you see good with those?
Yeah.
How many fingers am I holding up?
2,
How many now?
1.
Wow, you can see good with those glasses. Good job.